Everyone has a thing that pulls them toward a city, a community, an area of town. Maybe it's the cost of living. Maybe it's the lifestyle that you find. Maybe you like more of a slower pace, suburban, rural, or maybe you like a faster city, metropolitan life, or maybe it's the school. There's something that really makes you gravitate toward, well, somewhere that you want to live your life. But here's the thing. In this video, I'm going to introduce you to a place where people have decided that they want to live away from a Dallas-Fort Worth metroplex. It's just too big, the field is too big, and they're just not interested in so much commerce and so much busyness that you will find here. This place is west of our Dallas-Fort Worth metroplex. And it's an area I describe as a fusion between small town tradition near big town urban conveniences. Today we're going to drive around the downtown historic area, get to know what this city's claim to fame is. Now don't worry, it's not going to be a documentary, nor will it feel like an episode from the History Channel, but just enough to kind of wet your whistle so you can learn a little bit more about this city. Oh, and as a bonus, we're going to hear from a couple of people who've decided to call this place home, one of which has a military background, lived around different countries, different states, different cities, but for whatever reason, and you're going to hear about that reason soon, they call this place home. Today, we're going to tour the peach capital of Texas, the city of Weatherford. Are you ready? Many of the people that I know who call Weatherford home embrace the Western heritage. They own at least one large pickup truck and they proudly wave our American flag. And they're pretty proud to maintain their independent identity separate from Dallas and Fort Worth. Hi, I'm Tracy Sorrell, and I help people like you relocate to different places in and around our Dallas-Fort Worth metroplex. And I know there is so much that you can learn about our different communities, cities, and suburbs online. But there are some things that you aren't able to pick up just by doing your online research. And that's where I come in. I drive around different areas in our Dallas-Fort Worth metroplex to give you an immersive feel of what it's like to actually live there, how people get around, move around, and live their lives. And if you like that VIP access, behind the curtain to know what's really going on, then give me a thumbs up, hit that like button. And if this is your first time to this channel, well, subscribe below and press the bell. You'll be notified anytime anything goes down around town, around our Dallas-Fort Worth metroplex. And if you're thinking about moving in 9 days or 90 days, comment below, reach out, grab one of those one-on-one consultation links so we can discover if Weatherford Texas, or if there's another area in or around our DFW metroplex, you could create your memories and call home. Now, back to the video. One of the first questions you may have is, hey Tracy, where is Weatherford, Texas? Weatherford, Texas is about 30 miles west of Fort Worth and about 60 miles west of Dallas. But remember, Weatherford people are very proud to say that although they are close to DFW metroplex, they are not part of Dallas nor Fort Worth, but many of them will commute to DFW metroplex for their jobs because remember, you have more of a rural lifestyle, more of a Western heritage, so there's not a lot of variety as far as commerce and business. There's plenty. You have hospital, clinics, college, schools. There's a lot to offer in Weatherford, but like any other smaller town or smaller city, people will go to the larger ones for employment. And Weatherford, Texas, if you looked at a map, you will see that it is in Parker County. Now, 7 fun facts and historical points about Weatherford, Texas. Number 1 is the incredible historical relationship that Weatherford, Texas shares with Chief Quanah Parker. Now, you're going to want to go online and do some research on that. And number 2, if you've read the novel Lonesome Dove, and if you haven't, you need to make sure you put that on your things to do list, reading. But if you've read Lonesome Dove, then you are going to really get excited to know that the main characters, a couple of the main characters in that novel have had historical footsteps and a real connection to Weatherford, Texas. So remember, Weatherford, Texas embraces their Western heritage. Number 3, peach capital of Texas. Weatherford and Parker County growers produce the biggest, sweetest, juiciest peaches in all of Texas. The peach is celebrated each year at the Parker County Peach Festival, Weatherford's largest one-day event. Oh, and then there's number 4, First Monday Stray Day Sale. This is where the county, the local farmers, and the ranchers sold off animals at the town square. But today, Weatherford holds its own First Monday Trade Days. Hundreds come for the antiques, the crafts, the arts, the food, and the fun. And number 5, keeping in tradition of that Western heritage, Weatherford is the cutting horse capital of the world. Weatherford is home to dozens of professional trainers, Hall of Fame horses, and is in close proximity to Silverado, where several National Cutting Horses Association affiliates hold local competition. And perhaps one of the greatest treasures in Weatherford is their beautiful historic buildings and homes. And you're going to see tree-lined roads and avenues where you see the Victorian style, mid-century style, a lot of beautiful homes. Many of our American cities are going in, revitalizing and bringing those historic homes back to their glory and original charm. And number 7, which I would consider the crown jewel of Weatherford, is Parker County Courthouse. And I know there's not a lot of fun to be had in a courthouse. I mean, do you really want to have to go to a courthouse? But it really is fun to see. And you will absolutely see it and enjoy the breathtaking view of the courthouse as you drive to and around the downtown Weatherford. Now let's take a ride to and through historic downtown Weatherford. As you see, the traffic can get a little congested near downtown, like any other city. They even have a Gibson. I mean, Gibson is a store that many of our other communities, Dallas and Fort Worth, we no longer have Gibsons. But if you love that small town, that smaller grocery, well, you're in luck. You got it here in Weatherford. Now let's take a listen to 2 people and discover why they have decided to live their lives in Weatherford, Texas. Our first person, well, she's lived here almost 10 years and she's lived in a number of places. She has a military background, but out of all the cities and all the states that she's lived in, let's listen to why Weatherford is now home.
Hi, my name is Juanita. I enjoy Weatherford because it is so convenient to everything around me. 10 minutes I can be at the mall. 5 minutes I can be in downtown Weatherford. There's a lot more to do. You've also had Chandor Gardens. You've got farmers markets. You've also had the Peach Festival once a year. Everything you want is right downtown. It's a small town with a big city feel. A community that celebrates being an American, patriotism, and the American flag. In less than 10 minutes, I can be on the interstate and be in Fort Worth in 25 minutes or in Abilene in 75.
Now for the second person who enjoys living in Weatherford.
What kind of things, if a person decides to move to Weatherford, what type of things would they enjoy, things to do? What can they expect?
They have really small shops downtown that are good to go in and you can buy anything and everything. They have First Monday Trade Days, and that's at Heritage Park. They have Peach Festival once a year, and they have different events that go on all the time around the community. And it's big enough where you feel like you're out of town, but it's also small enough where you feel like you're close to family.
Well, now that you have a little insight, a little sneak peek at some of the historic and fun facts about Weatherford, let's talk about the reason why you're probably watching this video, and that is, where am I going to live if I choose to live my life in Weatherford? So in Weatherford, you'll have a plethora of options, designs, the lot size, whether you want more of a traditional size lot where it could be, well, traditional in Weatherford could be an acre, but you can also find half an acre, a quarter of an acre, or maybe you just want one that you can actually be closer to your neighbors, to the left, to the right, across the street, behind you, then we have those traditional type of neighborhoods as well. But if you do want something where you have multiple acres, where you can have a couple of horses to roam, well, obviously that's here in Weatherford, because remember, Weatherford is the cutting capital of the world, and they do embrace Western heritage here. Whatever it is that you want, whether it's a pre-owned home or whether you want a brand new constructed home, you've got it here. So we'll just do a one-on-one to figure out exactly what kind of style and design you want. But now let's take a drive through one of the neighborhoods that I think you're going to enjoy and certainly want to consider if you decide to have Weatherford, Texas on your short list. Now let's take a look at a home that I mentioned we would tour. As we drive around, you'll notice that these homes are more, I would describe the traditional neighborhood where you can get to know your neighbors. And in fact, one of your neighbors just may have a long mane, stand on four legs. Remember, this is the cutting capital of the world, and Western heritage is embraced. Now, are you ready to take a look inside one of the nicest 4-bedroom homes in the neighborhood? Let's pull over and let the tour begin.
I know a lot of times you hear realtors say, oh, one of a kind, beautiful home. This one really is. I mean, seriously, it is. I can't wait to show you inside of this home here in Weatherford. And it is beautiful. And I want you to comment below and let me know which areas of this home that, you feel like, wow, Tracy, you said it and you hit the nail on the head. It's a pretty nice home. Let's take a look inside. One of the favorite places I like to start a tour is the place where you're going to spend a lot of your time enjoying, and that's the kitchen and the living room. So I want to share with you a little bit about why I'm excited about this kitchen. Is take a look at this large island. You can set people up here. Now I know that this is extra seating area, but I also know this is where you're going to do some of your prepping for your baking, your meals. You might be doing some crafts with the kiddos. You might have homework stationed up here. So the reason I love this space is not only do you have this large island, you also have dining space for you to enjoy additional seating. And another bonus for you in this kitchen, and comment below and let me know what you think, is this built-in buffet. Look at the storage above, the massive countertop, storage beneath. This is such a beautiful feature. And I like to describe this house as affordable luxury because you'll see so many surprises in this home that you don't expect to see for a home built in 2019 for under $400,000. Now, if you're like me, you like to do a little shopping, but not to the point where you want to go to the store every day, every meal. So you're stocking up, right? So look at this pantry. I mean, additional to all the cabinet space, that you can stockpile your runs to Costco, Sam's, whatever your favorite wholesale shopping is, wherever you load up, check out this pantry. Now I know if you're watching this video, I'm gonna assume you know what a kitchen, bedroom, and a bath looks like, but there are a couple of other features as we tour. I wanna pause and make sure you are able to really appreciate these spaces. The one thing I wanna share with you is the separation that you're going to see in the bedrooms. So at the very front of the home, so the one thing I think you're gonna appreciate is, it's kind of an interesting layout here. And interesting, that means great, because sometimes we say interesting and it's like weird, but no, you're gonna love this. So when you walk through the front door, one of the first things you're gonna see to your right is one of the bedrooms. Now, right now, this bedroom is outfitted like an office, but you have the window, and think about it, if you have to office from home, you have a view of those beautiful rose bushes right outside your window. And you do have double doors for your closet space. So again, really nice features and design in this home. Now remember, I said the neat thing is that you have these separations with the bedrooms. So this is the first bedroom. Let me show you the 3 other bedrooms in this home. So on either side of me are 2 other bedrooms, and we're gonna take a look at those in just a second. And then you have a nice hall bathroom, and it's really spacious. You've got double sinks in this hall bathroom. You know what? Why don't I just show you? Okay, so now we're gonna head over to our primary suite and take a look at the third separation. Remember, you had the bedroom at the front, then you had that middle section. Now this is a primary suite. It's pretty secluded right off of your living space. Let's take a look. And I know what you're thinking, Tracy, step out of the way. I want to see the primary suite, the spa-like bath. Well, let's take a look inside. Okay, to the part of the house that I have never had anyone say, oh my gosh, Tracy, I just love hanging out here, but it's become more and more of a popular space in homes. I don't understand. It's very functional to me, but I want to show you anyway because you're going to be impressed with the size of your laundry room. I know you're not going to spend every waking moment inside your home, so you're going to probably venture outside. And in Texas, we appreciate our covered patios. We can sit out here in the morning, have our cup of joe, or a nice cold glass of sweet tea. Take a look at what you can do enjoying this backyard. You can have a garden. You can have a play set if that's the stage of life you're in. But I just want to show you how large it is that you can actually enjoy this home, even in the backyard. Well, here's your cheat sheet for this home. This home has about 1911 square feet, built in 2019. So that means it still has some of the builder's structure warranty. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, and this home is offered under $400,000 here in Weatherford, Texas. And if you have kiddos, this is important. You want to really write this down. Your children will attend Weatherford Independent School District, where they have one high school, and it's a massive high school, large high school, several elementaries and middle schools. And according to niche.com, you won't go wrong with sending your children to Weatherford ISD. Now let's take a look at the other things that you're going to do around your home.
I can't wait to hear what you think about this home that we just toured. So go ahead in the comments, let me know which feature. Was it the nice built-in buffet you liked? Did you kind of like the way the floor plan flowed, where you had some separation between the bedrooms? Were you a little surprised at the beautiful primary suite? How relaxing is that? Comment and let me know which feature stood out most to you. But I do realize that at some point you're going to gas up the car and you want to drive around and explore Weatherford. You're not going to stay in your neighborhood forever. Well, here are some of the things that you will see during your exploration of your new city. Well, one of the things that I think you're going to enjoy is Lake Weatherford, the boardwalk at Lake Weatherford. The boardwalk is home to the country's longest floating boardwalk across the water. The entire boardwalk and the trail is about 4,313 feet long, so that's a little under a mile. The park is perfect for enjoying nature while listening to the gentle sound of water, bird watch, read a book, you can fish, and you'll really enjoy soaking in the serene atmosphere on one of the many benches that are sprinkled throughout the trail. There is a vintage car museum that you're gonna absolutely enjoy. I mean, these are just a couple of things that you're going to wanna do. And then of course you will have a number of festivals and trade days. Don't forget, it is the peach capital of Texas. So there are all kinds of fun things that you can do, especially if you like, being able to shop and gather and that real community feel. Hey, they've got it there in Weatherford. You're gonna really enjoy that. They have 3 golf courses in Weatherford. And don't forget that courthouse. But again, it is a courthouse, but it is something stunning to see. And speaking of stunning, one of the prettiest things that you will see, and you definitely want to go visit, is Chandor Gardens. Chandor Gardens captures both the ornate design of ancient Chinese architecture and the elegance of formal English garden. The 30-foot man-made waterfall with various soothing fountains, and the gardens have something new and exciting to offer at every turn. Well, now that you have an idea of the things that you can do, I mean, obviously, remember, it's not a documentary. We're not, creating an episode for the History Channel. This is just to give you a little exposure of what your life may be like in Weatherford, Texas. But another thing that's pretty important to anyone, almost anywhere they decide to live, is the quality of education. And this is why. The school system has a way to really support your home appreciation, your home value, and your equity. So even if you don't have school-aged children, it's critically important that you find a community, a city, a suburb that does have a strong education system with options. And Weatherford ISD is home to 7,500 students with 11 campuses and 1 substantial size high school. But even though Weatherford ISD may feel large to you, let's put this in perspective. Most of our suburbs, whether it's Dallas or Fort Worth, even the suburbs, have at least 4 or 5 different high schools. So with that said, Weatherford is a very manageable place to live where you can really get to know people from elementary, middle school, high school, and beyond. Now, speaking of beyond, Weatherford College used to be called Weatherford Junior College, well known for their baseball program. I mean, was the place to go if baseball is in your future, or you're training to go to the AAA, the minor, or whatever league. Weatherford College has 4 bachelor degree plans. Well, I trust you enjoyed the tour of Weatherford, Texas, the peach capital of Texas, the cutting capital of the world. Weatherford, Texas is a place where people embrace their Western heritage. It's not that far from Fort Worth, just about 30 miles west. It's close enough for many people to commute for employment there, but yet far enough to where you can actually enjoy that small town feel. It's almost like the best of both worlds. There are about 39,000 people who call Weatherford, Texas home, and Weatherford is really growing. And if you're thinking about Weatherford being your home, let's do a one-on-one consultation. Grab one of those links. I want to hear from you. Comment and let me know what you think about Weatherford, Texas. And if you live in Weatherford, I want to hear from you. What are some of the things that you would tell someone, hey, if you want to live your life in Weatherford, these are the 5 things that you have to know about living in this city. I mean, it's important. You are a firsthand testimonial of what life is here. I want to help you realize whether or not Weatherford, Texas, or there is a different city or suburb in and around DFW is the perfect place for you to create your memories and call home. And if you do like the VIP access to what's going on and how people move around in cities, suburbs, in our DFW Metroplex, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel.